This is the Our Town with Troy By, and I'm back with, you now held the record, Joe, where the most appearances on the Our Town.
Wow. Well,
With
thank
Troy
you.
By.
I appreciate that.
So here's a man that almost needs no introduction, at least for our fan base, right? And if you're living in the Madison, Alabama area or Huntsville, and you've been to Valentina's or even beyond Madison and Huntsville, I'm sure you've got some people who pop in from. To your knowledge, has someone said we came all the way from Mobile, or we came all the way from Georgia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nashville, Georgia, all over the place. They've come 2-3 hours, especially when we did the 9/11 box last year with the election box. And then when we got that recognition of winning the awards in the top 50, we had people traveling 2-3 hours. It was insane.
Do they want to talk to you and stuff when they come in?
Yes, 100%. They want to meet me, want to meet Hot Tub Pizza, tell me their story and how they've been following us, how they heard about us. So it's very appreciative. It's you know, I'm a pizza guy. I don't think I'm anything special, but it's nice to hear that, you know, people travel that far for pizza. I always said pizzas have their own groupie. That food is just different than any other food in the world.
Well, you've got people like Portnoy that you're well aware of, right? He used to be on you made a mural on your old store, hoping to draw him in.
Well, now he's on the menu.
And now he's on the menu at the Portnoy. That's just a cheese pizza?
Well done, burnt, no flop, crisp, no extra basil, Parmesan, olive oil. It's called the Portnoy. You cannot add or take away anything on it. You get it as is.
Yeah.
And you get 10% off if you tag him with his picture of the name on the menu.
While you have ordered the pizza, you're at the table, you tag him.
Take a picture of his name on the menu and tag him in it.
Okay.
And we're going to try to do that as many people can.
Any traction on that?
Well, we just started last week. But we'll see what happens.
But even for your prior attempts to get his attention.
Yes, I have. I think the biggest problem is location.
Yeah.
Like he goes to Talladega.
Yeah.
He might go to Birmingham, but I don't think he's going to come unless there's multiple places that is on his map.
Yeah.
And right now, like we're the only one making a noise. So if we had other local pizzerias all making a noise, he might, come to Huntsville. I'm not gonna give up on it.
Yeah, I mean, like a celebrity, if you will. I guess it depends on the demographic. Like Bert Kreischer was just in town. He's a comedian.
Okay.
He's a comedian that's in like Rogan's posse, Shane Gillis and some of these other guys. And so he was just here, and you would think maybe somebody like him, like if Portnoy has a boy or somebody that was coming to Huntsville for something, he'll tag along. Right. I think that's kind of what you're getting at.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make it, not yet, but if we can get enough traction on social media about it, then I think he would have to come and try, because if he sees his name on a menu and we're making the Portnoy, he's going to want to rate it.
Yeah, so if you're living under a rock and you're a fan of the show and you for some reason skipped over all of the Joe Carlucci episodes, he's from Carmel, New York.
Yes.
Right? And I'm from Herndon, Virginia, is where I spent most of my childhood. And this guy, he was probably a good 3 years older than me. I think he was a senior when I was a freshman. When this movie came out, if you saw a lot of enterprising folks on Facebook, they would be like, "Hey, we should have a straight out of wherever you're from shirt," and you would buy your shirt from them through like Facebook.
Okay.
So I did it. I was like, "Yeah, I'll get one." And so we had our 2 months of a frenzy of everybody that had gone to this high school or in the town get this shirt. So you should get one that says straight out of Carmel.
Okay.
You should.
I'm going to get one made up, yeah.
Or you could also do straight out of pizza. Like you're sold out.
Right?
But I lost some weight since I last saw
you. You look good. You've been hitting the gym, obviously.
Oh, yeah, dude. I lost last year in 25, I lost 52 pounds total.
Wow.
I've gained a little bit back because I was on I don't want to say I was on GLP-1, but I was taking testosterone shots, tirzepatide, which I think is the active ingredient in the GLP-1. I was taking the estrogen blocker, an appetite suppressor, but I was in the gym, low carb, and intermittent fasting.
You look great. I'll tell you who looks great too is Dylan.
Yeah, he's lost some weight too.
Yeah, and we paid for the phase 3 membership, and he picked that right up, but he looks great.
I appreciate you doing that.
Oh, no, I have to help my employees. I have to take care of them. They take care of me. But he asked for, it was funny the other day. He says, "I'm staying away from bread. Can I have some meatballs?" I'm like, "Absolutely." He's like, "All right, I'm staying away from carbs." I'm like, "Good for you."
Yeah, I have to apologize to you because I just had to stay away from Valentina's for like a year.
No, don't apologize.
Because I was trying to lose weight. And as much as I love pizza
I get it.
and dough.
No, absolutely. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Don't worry.
Just as an example, my wife and I went to Australia for work to like speak at a conference, and she came with me. And I was about 3 weeks into this, and I paid a lot of money. Like these things are not cheap. These programs. I dropped maybe $1,500 to like for the and I was like, I'm all in. This is too important. I can't lose weight like I used to.
Right.
This is a crisis. So then 3 weeks later, like, oh man, going to a foreign country and you want to like eat their food. I was so disciplined. I never had a cookie. I never had any of their desserts. I just ate chicken, and it was, but at the same time, the good thing about that medicine, or that I guess it's a double-edged sword. I was never hungry. I never really had cravings for anything. But sometimes I'd even forget to eat, which is like very unlike me. But then you come off of it,
and you're hungry.
Then then your discipline has to really kick in.
But that's discipline just to even stay focused when you're going on vacation.
Oh man,
because you could easily say, I'll start when I get back.
The only thing bad that I ate was I had no choice but 17 hours in the air from Houston to Sydney, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I had to eat their food, like the airline food.
Oh,
because you only can bring.
It's like eating prison food.
Well, it's just I don't know what's in it.
No, I know exactly.
I can't go on my Fitness Pal and said I just had a chicken something on United Airlines. I don't know if it's even going to come up. You know what I mean?
Like, do not eat it.
So, so how the heck have you been over the last 18 months? I mean, I know there's lots to unpack here, but just generally, how's Joe doing?
I'm okay. I'm good. I just turned 50. We celebrated 5 years at Valentina's, which is a big accomplishment for me. It's been some struggles this last year, and I say struggles because, they shut down the main access to Valentina's for 6 months. Huntsville Browns Fair to do the roundabout.
Yeah.
And then we had the shutdown. We got a lot of backlash about the election box, but we still came out on top, and we still kept a good culture in the restaurant, and that's because of Brian Robinson. He's been with us over 3.5 years now. And there's not a day that, I think twice of what I've done with that. And I wish other restaurants would invest in their employees.
Yeah. B-Rob.
Yep.
Episode 90 of the Our Town
It's a big part. So I've been good. And, we got Dylan back.
Dylan's my son, by the way.
Yes, your son. And he's a big contribution. Carrington is back, your daughter-in-law. And I can't tell you, I messaged him. I said, I'm not going to get emotional, but I said, if I did anything in the past to upset you, or because I'm still learning to control myself and my temper, and sometimes I say things before I think, but that kid wears his heart on his sleeve. He'll tell me 10 times a day, your shoe's untied, and I don't have anything to tie my shoes. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have laces. He's just always a joyful to be around. He laughs. He makes other people laugh. He jokes, and he's fast at working, and he smiles. And the thing I like about kids like him is his walk is faster than most people's run at the restaurant. So you have two choices. You're going to either keep up with him, or we're all going to see that you're slowing down or doing something. And the positive energy that people like him, Carrington at the front, when you walk in, you can't put a price tag on the first person you see and the last person you see.
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing to have them back, because I call them OGs from the older store. You know what I mean? When we had the little store, and we don't have many of them left because a lot of the girls went to college.
Yeah.
So that's been a huge help. But 5 years is a lot, and there's competition coming in, and we just got to get better every day with each other.
That's right, 5 years, including the old store.
Yeah, October will be 6 years.
So it's funny. I'm glad you reminded me. We were at Valentina's 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe. I've been twice in this calendar year because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start eating some pizza again. But at the time, I told you I just turned 50, and you're like, oh yeah, well I'm still 49. I'm like, you are? And then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. The one thing I think that I connect with Joe is that we were born in the same year, and it's like his birthday had already passed. Like, did he forget he had turned 50, or is he just messing with me?
A little both. I like to forget, but messing with you.
I started thinking about that later. I was like, wait a minute, no, that guy already did turn 50.
Yep.
Then, of course, I don't know if I did this or not. You can Google someone pretty quickly and get too much information. Like, oh, Joe was born here, and here's his phone number, and here's all his prior phone numbers, and
And you were like, he's 50.
He's 50. That's all I wanted to know.
I didn't think I would come up at my age, so now I know I have to be careful.
I want to. Can we start with Pepsi?
Yeah, absolutely.
And let me set it up with this. Mm-hmm. I was in college, gosh, a long time ago. I was doing my undergrad at George Mason University in Virginia. It was like a marketing class. And the professor was one of those guys that probably had never been anything but a professor, right? So sometimes I would look strangely at people like that when they would come, like they never really have done it, right? It's one thing to study pizza.
Yeah.
But have you ever made a pizza? Have you ever run a pizza joint, or are you just studying the business of pizza and everyone's got an opinion?
That's a lot of the customers.
Right? And I'm sure that irritates someone like you. And I made a comment. We were talking about something with like fast food and restaurants and stuff, and getting customers. And I said, sir, I feel like a lot of people will choose where they go based on the drinks. So if it's alcoholic, that's one thing. Let's just talk non-alcoholic. Mm-hmm. Taco Bell, I know it's Pepsi, it's Mountain Dew, it's Dr. Pepper. But I felt like some people are so diehard on what they drink that it will either cause them to not go to a certain restaurant, or they'll not go as often as the ones where it's their favorite. You used to have Coke.
Right.
Now you have Pepsi. Mm-hmm. I think the easy answer is Pepsi is by far number 2 in the market. They're going to offer you incentives.
They're actually number 1.
They are here?
In Morgan County, Decatur.
Can you talk about first your decision to move, and has there been any impact?
Yeah, absolutely. Their customer service is about 1,000% better than local Coca-Cola bottling and fountain here. It's night and day. The way they work when they brought in the machines, how clean they were as far as their work, not the machines being clean, but their work was clean. I met the CEO, Brian, over at Phase 3 in the morning through a mutual friend.
And this is Pepsi of Decatur.
Yes, Pepsi Cola of Decatur. Okay. And he said, we just like to talk. And I said, well, we're having a lot of problems with Coke. And I can tell you exactly what happened with Coke. And he said, well, let's just sit down, and we sat down with my general manager and one of his sales reps, and we explained to him that we can't get a hold of them. There's always a problem with the bar gun. We're out of this. It's not the, how do you call it, like the syrup to carbonation is not right. And then we just sat down and came to an agreement. And it's funny because I asked him, I said, what percentage, if you have X amount of people come in, what's the average restaurant, percentage of someone getting a soft drink? And he said 35%. I said, okay, well, we're at 25%.
Really?
Yeah.
Then 75% are getting water or alcohol?
Yeah. Okay. And so we're down 10% for the average, right?
Interesting.
We put in Pepsi. The first week we're at 35%.
Really?
I swear to God.
Is it, which is it? Diet Pepsi? Is it
Pepsi Zero, or not Pepsi Zero? What is it? Is it?
Well, you might be right.
Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew. I think Dr. Pepper beats Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah.
I really do. Really? I mean, Mountain Dew is blowing out, and they have sweet tea too. So, I mean, people can sit here and listen and say, no, Coke's number 1, or no, we're not going to this restaurant. But we actually increased soft drinks when we brought them in.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they had a defaulty pump when they hooked everything up when they installed it. And I talked to Brian on a Saturday morning. And within 30 minutes, someone was out. And it was no one's fault. It was just a pump and it leaked through the wall. And this is on a Saturday at 12 o'clock. And they were there by 12:30, and they were gone by 1. They fixed it like that.
Wow.
Yeah. See, Ready to Serve has the rights to Coca-Cola in North Alabama. Okay?
Ready to Serve.
So if you get soda from Ready to Serve, they give you the fountain. You can only buy from them.
Right.
Right? You can't go to Cisco, U.S. Foods. You have to get it because they give you the machine. But here's the difference. Let's say a 5-gallon of syrup is, I'm making this up, $100 with U.S. Foods. It's $140 with Ready to Serve. So when we initially opened, we went through Coke National in Atlanta, and our U.S. Food rep got us someone to call from Coke in Atlanta to call Ready to Serve and say, give them the machines. Now, Ready to Serve is like, well, we're not making any money, but they brought them in. Sloppy job, never came out to fix anything because they're not making money.
Yeah.
But you're still representing the brand. So I'm confused. Like, yeah, you're not making money, but you're representing Coca-Cola. Yes, it's Ready to Serve. So for 2.5 years, we had issues with the bar. And a Friday night, the guy couldn't get Coke out. He couldn't get Sprite out. He'd have to go to the service station. And when I sat down with the Pepsi Cola guys, and I said, "Can we get 2 bar guns? Can we get one on each side? Can we, like, whatever you need."
Awesome.
And they're partnering up with everything. They're helping us out with this fundraiser. They're donating money as well. And
so better customer service, better attention to detail.
All the parts. And, people want to sit here and say, well, I'm not going to this for Coke, like you're saying. That's fine. Like, there's other soft drinks. Because I'm telling you, 8 out of 10 are Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 are Dr. Pepper.
That's a Southern thing.
Big time.
Yeah.
So, and Dr. Pepper's neutral, I guess. Nobody owns them. Yeah, Coke or Pepsi.
I think Pepsi used to, but
I'm not sure.
They could be them and 7-Up, or like, it's because they're out of Plano, Texas, I think. But I've never really understood that. Like, I don't know if anybody really does.
I know, but it's just like, just in the last 2 weeks, they've reached out. The sales rep, how's everything going? They came in, checked on us. They brought us sweatshirt, T-shirts, hats for the employees. Yeah. Putting magnets on our truck. They sponsor the Jubilee. They're sponsoring the Rock the South. We're hoping to get in there and sell that their soft drink as well. It's just they're more of becoming a partnership for years to come, and they're all about customer service. Like, I've been doing this for 35 years, and there's very few on my hand that I can count of companies that show that kind of service like Pepsi Cola did. Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm not getting paid to say that. I'm saying it because we actually saw it in real actions speak louder than words. And my general manager, my bar manager, we were like, wow. Yeah. Everything they said they were going to do, they did, but just better than what they said.
Do you think, I don't know if you've talked to like Tony about this, being Tony Gimignani, who owns like 100,000 restaurants, right? But, I guess regionally, yes, Dr. Pepper works here. If it was in the north, like in New York, what do New Yorkers prefer? Like soda wise, Coke, Pepsi, do they not? Does it not matter?
I've been out of there. I'm out of touch. So I would think it's Pepsi and Coke. I think they're neck and neck probably. I think like the South, like South Carolina, even Alabama, Georgia's, maybe it's Coke country, you want to say, but not at least where Madison, Decatur is, and no one's come in and said, we're leaving, or, we can't get, we'll get water. Maybe they might get tea instead. It's still produced by Pepsi Cola. Like,
I appreciate the insight because, I'm like one of those strange people. Like, the only thing I drink that's Coke product is Diet Coke. But at the same time, Pepsi-wise, I love Diet Mountain Dew. It's like the nectar of the gods.
Actually, I think he told me it's Dr. Pepper, Diet Mountain Dew.
Really?
It's Pepsi first, obviously.
Really?
Dr. Pepper, Diet Mountain Dew, then Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna choose like a full strength, whether it's Coke, Dr. Pepper, or Pepsi, I'm choosing Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Because I grew up on it. Yep. But when you're a business owner, like you got to run a business, and I think, and it's an interesting case study now with Pepsi. We were talking about this a little bit with like Publix and Kroger, and if you look at Walmart and Target, Walmarts are always like not as clean as Target.
Never.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so you can save money, but I kind of would rather go to Target. It's like a better shopping experience, or at Publix they're going to be friendlier in a way, or they're trained to, hey, can I help you? And I'm like I never take them up on it, because I feel like, no, I'm good, but I appreciate the sentiment, and I appreciate them asking me. And I think they're trying to look at a different way to be a grocer, right?
I'm looking at a way to like take stress off my general manager, my bar manager. Yeah. And if they're constantly coming to me and, hey, it's Friday night. Well, I had to go and get, the guy wanted a rum and Coke and it wasn't working. Yeah. And we can't get anybody out. And, the lines are coming out and there's always an issue. I'm like, how can I make their lives easier? And then when I met this gentleman at the gym, he said, hey, we would love to talk and give us a chance.
Gotcha.
Just a conversation. And the conversation turned into a friendship, turned into a partnership. And now I don't look back and go, oh, no, that was a bad move. Yeah. It was one of the best moves, I made.
That's awesome.
I can't worry what everybody's going to think of me, because if that's the case, then I'd be doing a lot of worrying. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's a drastic change. Like, we're not changing flours in the dough. It's not our main thing. You know what I mean? It's not like we're going with an American flour. We're still grabbing our flour from Italy, non-bromated, non-bleached. It's Pepsi and Coke. Like,
yeah,
there's other choices that Pepsi had that are just as good, if not better, than Coke.
Yeah.
And if you can't if you can't come in and just say, hey, give me a sweet tea, a water, a Mountain Dew, which again, no one's had said boo.
Good.
Yeah, so it's easier on my staff as far as the day to day. When we were slammed this weekend and he's getting rum and cokes or he needs a Sprite or whatever or 7-Up, and he's just hitting the gun. He doesn't have to leave the bar at all to do anything.
Yeah,
and it's cleaner, it looks neater, and they're like a phone call away, they're a text away. It's a no-brainer.
You know, I one thing I did when I was losing weight, I went to Club Soda. I got off caffeine last year. I've kind of gotten back on it, but and I just love Club Soda straight.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I actually ordered it. I would always test restaurants, like some, like it's like such a production to get a Club Soda, and they've got to go to the bar and they get this cute glass. Like, just give me the big fat glass.
Yeah.
And just, you know,
Pour it in.
It doesn't have to be elegant.
Fancy, yeah.
I don't care.
I know.
And I'm gonna drink like 5 of these.
So just line them up.
I know I'm different that way. But let's talk about the book.
Okay.
I'm going to switch my screen, and you can see it right there, slicing through adversity. Mm-hmm. You know, the interesting thing, I didn't read it. I've done a nice cursory look through.
Okay.
Because I look at it as I've lived it, man.
Yeah, you have.
Like I think
it
episode 22 and 50 were like the audio book.
Yeah.
Of the book.
You might be a good person to hire to do the audiobook for me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. If you haven't asked for somebody, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind taking a crack.
We have to talk after this because I need somebody. You would be great at it.
But yeah, so I was kidding in a way, but at the same time, I'm thinking, well, there's a lot of the detail that you go in through growing up, right? Mm-hmm. The family business, the ups and downs. Coming to Alabama, right? Relationships, Valentina, all of that. Is there anything that's in the book that's not in anything we've talked about before?
I think the Men in Suits, maybe. I think I talked about that, or my ADHD diagnosis.
Yeah, well, if anything, this is obviously a little bit more current. It's been 18 months or so since I've talked to you, so some of the newer things aren't in there, but as far as the store.
Oh yeah, the store, the new store.
Like when we talked last, I think it had just opened. How long you been in there now?
2 years in December.
Yeah. Okay, 2 years in December. Right. So it had been open about 6 months. Right?
Yeah.
Like 2 years is 2025?
Yeah, because I came in March when I won Best of Best.
Yeah, that's right. So we definitely had been there, and we're still doing it at your new store. And I know there was all kinds of headaches.
There was
related to it.
We went from 12 to 30 to 40 to 50. Now we're down to like 40 employees. Like I said, we brought in Brian Robinson, life coach. That's a blessing in itself.
Is he full time with you, or
just 4 days a week?
4 days a week. Huh?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday's the team meeting. Thursday's managers. And then it's individuals who need to talk to him, understand vision. Maybe they're having some issues outside that are causing them not to focus inside.
Oh, so he talks to them too?
Yeah, anybody that wants to go talk to him, it's free for them.
Oh, nice.
And then he's really good, as you know, is like polishing words where I'm just like blunt and, you know, maybe rude, or maybe just say what I'm thinking instead of like taking a second to like process it.
Yeah.
And he helps with that a lot. And then they get more of an understanding. I hear so many restaurant people, owners complain about their staff. And I'm just like, well, you hired them. Like, where's your systems? Where's your training? Like,
yeah,
where's your GM? Where's your manager?
Right.
You know?
Let's switch gears. Let's talk about the why you're really here. And
okay.
As far as what's topical right now, let's go back to the box, and then I'm going to pull up the news segment. You know what? Should I just play the news segment that you just were on? Should we just play it through? Or do you want to just talk about it?
No, whatever you...
Let's do that. So, Joe, before coming here, you're fresh off an appearance on Channel 19. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow... No, it's Wednesday is the fundraiser.
Yes, Wednesday.
But let's play this clip.
Okay.
Let's everybody let this will be a nice gloss over summary as to principally why you're in here today.
There's another person who does not need any introduction here on News 18 Day to Day. Our friend from Valentina is back, Mr. Joe Carlucci, today with more on a wonderful event that they're holding at one of our favorite places also. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Doing good. Thank you for being here. I know I'm sorry I'm not Mariah, but she has been busy today.
You're okay.
But I'm happy to be here. And I'm sorry, guys, I did fib about the pizza, but we got some cool boxes. You know, he always has some cool boxes going on. They're always ever changing. So I love your mind.
We're always thinking, we're always trying to connect with organizations and help out there.
Fabulous. And tell us a little bit about what you have going on.
Okay, so January is a Human Sex Trafficking Month, and we are partnering up with Destiny Rescue to raise awareness and raise money. It costs $1,500 to save one child. A child could be sold anywhere from 3 to 20 times a day for 10 years. So Valentina's has some companies out there, Pepsi of Decatur, Nissan, Mercedes, they're all donating.
Fabulous.
Once again, my daughter called me out because she said, well, how much is Valentina's donating? I said, well, I'm going to personally donate $3,000 of myself.
Nice.
And she said, well, what about Valentina's? I said, 50%. And she said, Daddy, it's for the children. So I'm here to tell everybody it's 100%. I know it's the elephant in the room, but God's children are not for sale. And I'm not going to stop after today or after this week. We're going to be rounding up for the year when you come in, and it's going to go directly to Destiny's Rescue. $1,500 to save one child.
That's amazing. And it's just, it is crazy because I don't even want to ask you what made you want to get involved in an issue like this, because it's just something that every single person needs to be involved in.
Oh, because we can talk about transgender, Black Lives Matter, politics, and I'm all for everything, but I never see a march for children. I've never heard it. It's the elephant in the room, which is just blows my mind that nobody wants to talk about. It's our children, it's their future, it's our future. Whether you have kids, nieces, nephews, we're all connected in one way. We can put everything aside for one day. Left, right, it doesn't matter. It's for the children. God's children are not for sale. And it's just hard when you try to talk about it and you see adults just kind of go, turn a blind eye. It's just mind-boggling to me, and I'm gonna, this is just a calling I think I have.
And it's an uncomfortable topic because it's just a sad reality that it's happening right now. And I can't remember the statistic, but I've worked a lot with organizations like this, and it's crazy because people think it's like the grab a child and go, but it's so much deeper than that. And a lot of times you learn it's some of their family members, boyfriends. It's a harsh reality, but what some
it's your closest people that you know. It's your neighbors. It's your people that adopt kids. It's right here in Madison. It's in Huntsville. It's all over the country. You know, we can't be naive because we live here. We say it's not going to happen to us. It's foster care kids. It's online. When your kids are online, they're coming after that way. There's so many different ways they're coming after our children. And I just think it's the most important thing. I'm not saying other things aren't important, but we have parades, we have months, we have holidays, we have national days. And this whole month of January is Sex Trafficking Month. And not just children too, women, but children make up 80%. But yet, we don't have a day for this. We don't have a parade. We have nothing for this, and it's our children. Until it happens to you, then it's like, oh no. But I'm like, well, why don't we stop it from happening to your child or my child or anybody else's child and bring awareness? But I think it just needs to be put in the middle of the table in a discussion, whether you, like again, forget politics for one day. I'm asking everybody out there watching, forget politics. Who cares left, right? Just come out and do it for the children. Do it for God's children.
Exactly. And so these boxes will be available all month, and then the proceeds from people buying your pizzas and whatnot at your restaurant, then that's all going to this cause as well?
100%. Not like my daughter, again, called me out, said, well, you did 9/11, you did this, and you did this, but why, what about this? And once again, I get called out by my 13-year-old.
And I love it. We talked about your relationship with your daughter earlier today, and so again, you are a very good father, and that's why I love your passion with this cause.
Thank you.
And like you said, kids have no, they're too pure, they're too precious, yes. And social media does not help with this nowadays. And so I think we need definitely more regulations for our kiddos on social media, online, everything.
Agree.
And I love that you're just taking the torch, carrying the torch for this.
We have to, and I have to thank Pepsi Decatur. They are putting up $3,000 of their money, and they're giving us soft drinks to promote, to help us out. Nissan, Mercedes is giving us $3,000. So right off the bat, we have 6. I'm doing 3 is 9. Our goal is 15, and maybe even past that. Without these companies locally helping, it would be hard, but they know the importance of this, and they know teaming up with this for their kids as well.
Yep. And what is happening this Wednesday? What event are you taking part in this Wednesday?
It's the Human Sex Trafficking. We're going to have Destiny's Rescue. We're going to have someone from their organization. They're flying in tomorrow. They're going to be there, and from 4 to 9, we are going to donate 100%. You can do catering, you can do pickup, you can do a gift card, whatever you need. 100% is going to go to Destiny Rescue. $1,500 to save one child.
And can folks what happens if folks I'm busy, I'm going to be out of town? Can they just send in some cash? Where can they?
They can send in cash. They can go directly to Destiny Rescue website, and they can donate right there as well.
Fabulous, fabulous. And now, what other than what we've all talked about right now, and just for you, anyone has a heart for kids, like you said, put anything else aside. If you don't have a heart for kids, we don't want to mess with you. I don't understand you.
Yeah.
But what other ways would you like to encourage folks to get involved?
Community outreach. Why don't we have more awareness in schools? Why aren't the churches doing anything about it? Why are we not talking about this in school? We talk about if you're a boy or you're a girl, how you feel, but we're not talking about watching out when you're at Walmart, if you're at the movies, or you're on your iPad, or you're on your phone. Like, what are we doing to help grow our kids and teach our kids? Kids are not born prejudiced. Kids are not born with politics. Kids are born with a heart from God. It's the parents, it's the four walls of your home. And I think this needs to be a tough conversation at the dinner table or at Valentina's with no iPad, no iPhone. Have a conversation, be aware of what's going on. Let's start an organization locally right here. And if there is one that I'm unaware of, then come see me. Let's build this up to save our children.
I'm right there with you. And look, I'm going to join in on the calls as well with you.
Okay.
Whenever we'll start that organization together.
I'm down with it,
I go in school systems every week with one of my segments, and it's shocking the access that these kids have to the whole world. So
they have access to the whole world, but they don't have access to know about human sex trafficking.
Exactly.
3 to 10 times a day for 15 years. It's worth more than any drug, more than any war. It's the fastest growing thing in the world, and we do not put it on the table. And I'm not going to sit here and blame the left or right. I'm just saying we can't wait for the higher up people to do it. We have to come together. Let's put our differences aside.
Well, and before we let you go, we have the link on our Dad's Day-to-Day page, but then, of course, remind folks where your storefront is and everything and where they can go to see you.
Sure. 25783 Huntsville Brown Ferry Road, Madison, Alabama. And we'll be open from 4 to 9, and you can pre-order to get your order in before. We hope to see everybody there. And thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you.
Thank you for supporting this cause. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I am very grateful for it.
Thank you.
And guys, stick around. Like I said, this link for all this information is on the As Seen on Day-to-Day page.
So there's the box right there again. And it just let me just set this up too. I did an episode, and I'm hoping to connect you with the guy running for senator, Jared Hudson.
I saw something on social media that he was running.
So in episode 79, he has a company called Covenant Rescue Group. He's former Navy SEAL, and he trains police departments to conduct stings operations, right, and busting those that are child predators. And then I actually just posted I have a thing called Memory Monday, where I'm kind of going back. There's so much footage, right? So I'll go back through episodes and did one with the guy who's helping over in Africa in Zambia, where they have those kids get trafficked by India and other countries to go work in mines. And they're mining for the silicon and stuff that's used in microchips and stuff like that.
Wow.
And basically it was great. And so they're either sold into, their families will sell them. The families will sell their child by, like, if you make it to the age of 12, you're lucky.
And how long are you sold for?
Forever. I think you're gone. You're just, and
your parents just sell you.
They just sell you because they need the money. And they don't have clean water. I just did a clip on Instagram. You can see it where these kids.
I'm gonna look into that.
This kid is like, he's 12 years old, and he's the ferry boat guy, ferrying these kids across some water so they can walk 6 miles to and from school, right? And they probably are up at the crack of the dawn fetching any sort of clean water for their family, right? Just This is the kind of stuff that like can change you and the way you think about stuff
and appreciate.
And it's interesting because if you look, that was episode like 121. His name's Jonathan Macklin. He's out of Decatur. And he's just like taking on, this is like God's assignment to him, right? His calling is to make a difference. And so he's over in Zambia as often as he can be. And he, Mr. Beast is one of those that I did. So I did an episode with him, and we found this article where Mr. Beast went over there and spent a lot of money to dig for fresh water and give villages fresh water. And then there was these great articles that I came across where the government, there's officials from the government of that country saying, how pathetic is this? We can't even save our own people. And a YouTuber has to jet set from America to provide for our citizens. Like, how sad is that?
Very.
Right. And like, is anything done about it? Probably
nothing.
Not, right. But
yeah.
Good on what's Mr. Beast, can't remember his name.
That's amazing. That's just insane, though, that they get sold by their own parents.
Yeah, like and also like prostitution. It's weird over there with the rules, but like you're basically, if you're a female, you're a prostitute by the time you're 12, 13, and it's not illegal. It's not illegal. It's weird. Like they can proposition you, the 12-year-old, but you can't proposition them. So as long as they proposition you, it's legal. It's just like you can't even wrap your head around this. Similar to what you were just saying on that news segment. Like, how is this not something we're trying to crack down on
at all? Crickets from both sides, right, left, crickets.
I don't get it.
I mean, like even when I was in the newsroom this morning, there was a couple of different people there getting on before me, and they were like, "Oh, what are you here for?" And I said, and they're like, "Oh, that's really good."
Oh, yeah.
No one was like, "Yeah, we have to stop it." No one was like, they're just like, "Okay." And I can't wrap my head around why people don't want to talk about it until it happens to their kid.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, go ahead.
I-65 is like really bad for it.
Really?
That's what I've heard. Like, because it's a direct route or something. I don't know, but I don't understand it. I can't, like, it's kids, it's our children, it's our future.
Yeah.
And no one wants to talk about it, or they don't want to believe it, or it's not happening. It's ridiculous. We'll sit there and spend hundreds, thousands, and millions of dollars on politics and programs and all this stuff, but nobody.
Is it just because? And you commented on it in that segment, I think, like because it hasn't happened to them yet.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I believe if it happened to somebody in the government, like,
is it just not happening to
what
the
happens
right?
If it happened to Trump's grandkid?
Right. But what happened?
Or Kamala's grandkid? What would that? You don't think it would be taken care of, or it would be publicized even more?
I mean, can you even imagine what you would do if something happened to Valentina?
No, I probably.
You know what I mean?
I would no.
Like my own daughter. Like I
wouldn't even be allowed on this podcast again. I know what I'd go. Yeah, no, right. Absolutely not. And it's scary because we have to be on top of things when you go to the gas station late at night. You go in to grab a drink or ice cream wherever we're going, at Walmart, Target, like, or she's on her iPad and someone, you don't know how it works. Yeah. These people are smart.
Yeah.
They're manipulative. But I mean, I'm just disappointed. It's very depressing and disappointing that it's a topic that cannot be discussed and talked about. Like even when, you have the debates.
Yeah.
No one talks about this. We talk about illegal immigration, gay people rights, the weather, whatever it is, climate change. Never about this. I've never heard a debate of what they're going to do. And half of them don't do what they say they're going to do anyway. But they don't even bring it up as a debate. No one wants to talk about it.
Let's pull up the box and let me just ask. I think she kind of asked you the same, but what you did the Kamala and Trump boxes, right? Yeah. That certainly created a lot of stir in the community.
More than a lot, my friend.
Let's not focus on that just as much. I don't want to take time and attention away from this. Then you did 9/11, which is hopefully a safer thing, right? Because that's hopefully. Although there's people who have gotten political about that.
True.
Sadly. But what made you? What was the first seed that was planted in your mind for this?
Sound of Freedom.
Okay, the movie.
Yep. I've been wanting to do this for over a year, just trying to find the right time. And then I, looked into it and the awareness of the whole month in January. But Sound of Freedom, I watch it probably 6 times a month.
Really?
Yep. Made my daughter watch it. No iPad, no iPhone. Stare, watch.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about it because this could happen to you, your friends, or anybody else. Don't be naive.
It's interesting. When I interviewed Jared, it was right after I had seen Sound of Freedom for the first time.
That was eye-opening for me. I cried. The whole movie, I was gushing like a baby. And I just felt like, what am I doing to make it better? How can I help? Do I have a platform? I have a restaurant, but do I have a voice? A little one, but let's make it a big one.
Have you encountered anyone since then? Since watching the movie, have you encountered anybody personally that's been affected by this?
No, but I do believe that Destiny's Rescue is going to get us in contact with somebody.
Have you had some Zoom calls with them?
Cameron has, yeah. Okay. She's been working with them, and they're flying in tomorrow afternoon.
And how did you find them?
Through a pastor at the gym. He told me that his church locally does it, and he told me about it. And then he reached out to them, and they called us, and we teamed up.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I'm really hoping that this will create something locally, right? When I know Jared, I'm going to put Jared on the spot because he's running for senator, but Covenant Rescue Group is his thing, and I think he actually trained. He knows Tim Ballard from Sound of Freedom,
okay,
and those folks, right? And has worked with them on various things. But I'm certainly ignorant to other groups. They may even be here.
Me too.
I've talked to plenty of I've had episodes with refugees, trying to find, a life for those who got out of Afghanistan that the government brought here, and et cetera, but nothing on child trafficking.
Nothing. And like I was saying, they have parades. They have Juneteenth coming up. We have Black History Month. We have Christopher Columbus Day. I mean, I can go on and on with the days we have. Pride Month. That's great. What do we have for the kids?
Are you worried that this won't do well?
I'll make it do well.
Okay.
I don't care. I'll figure out a way.
Yeah.
We're not doing well.
Well, I guess the money's one thing. It's the other's just like the overall interest. Do you think it'll create some interest amongst those who may have just been asleep and like had no idea and had their Sound of Freedom moment through this fundraiser?
Because of you, Channel 19, and I'll just keep poking the bear until it becomes a big elephant where they have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it hurts my business. This is one thing that is not about anything other than the children, God's children. So I'm not afraid to go as far as I have to make a loud voice. Like I said to her, if there's an organization out there that I don't know of in Madison and Huntsville, let's do it. If there's not, I don't have the brains behind there, but let's start something over here for these kids, a recovery thing for the kids, whatever. Well, Valentina's will step up. I mean, we're not just going to talk it, we're going to walk it. And at least you letting me get on here today and talk about it, 19 doing it, Pepsi Cola stepping up, Landers McCarty Nissan and Mercedes donating money to help get that started. But yeah, I mean, there's a little concern because I've been putting like social media posts out there just to poke the bear, and it's not getting any traction. But when I put the Trump box and Kamala salad, the Kamala word salad, whatever it was, it got over 600,000 views in a month. Like Yelp took us down. Reddit in Huntsville went down because we had so many negative reviews. But this one, for nobody, like,
they took it down, or they?
Yeah, like you couldn't review us on Yelp last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then we had so many threats on Reddit and on social and on Facebook. We're gonna burn the place down, this and that, all that. But this, crickets, and it's like, are you involved in it?
Yeah.
Like, do you have a hand in it? No. So you have kids? Yeah. You have kids? No, I have niece and nephew. Okay. So then why wouldn't this be important? If you're telling me that it's not happening, then you're naive. Or it can't happen in Madison. It can't happen.
Yeah.
It's a touchy subject. How is God's children a touchy subject? But politics aren't.
Right. I don't get it.
I can't wrap my head around it.
It's extension of crime, right?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of crime. How is this somehow protected or forbode, right?
Yep.
Taboo.
Did you see the Valentina's post from a couple days ago? The graph I put up?
Yeah. Oh, the graph? No.
Yeah.
I can pull it up.
Yeah.
Is it on Instagram as well?
Yeah. Facebook.
All right.
And it had like what Black Lives Matter made in the year and all this stuff. And then it had human sex trafficking. And it was like at the bottom on every level across the board.
All right, let me try to bring it up.
And it also had like how much money they make off of kids, and it brings in yearly. And maybe that's the problem. It brings in too much money that they don't want to stop it. I don't know. I don't have an answer, and that's an ignorant answer. But at the same time, I think tomorrow should have a line out the door, not because it's Valentina's, but because of the cause. You would think everybody with a kid would want to go. Forget soccer, forget basketball. Oh, we're not going tonight. This night needs to be where we can save another kid's life. That would be my thought process for people coming in. But the world doesn't stop for everybody, but I think it should stop for children.
Yeah. All right. So pull this up.
That's one of them.
Okay.
Look at the growth.
2019. So we're looking at CSAM reports in millions. So 35 million children. Mm-hmm. Wow. So yeah, that's more than doubled in 4 years.
Now, if you close
this one.
Yeah, because there's another one I did.
Make sure you get close to the mic when you're. All right. So you get that, and then go down.
Right there.
Oh, right there.
Yep. Look at that.
Okay. What we publicly recognize. So days of major public recognition. Okay. 30. Pride Month, Black History Month, Women's History Month. Wow, human trafficking awareness.
Look at that.
Wow.
Crickets.
I'd like to know where that is. I mean, what that is. That just that little bit that's on the radar, right?
It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
And Sound of Freedom wouldn't even get picked up. It's not on Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime. Netflix wouldn't put it on.
Netflix wouldn't do it.
Nope. I think Trump was there when before it aired or something. He was the only one, and then other people just kind of pushed it away.
Is there anything else from your Facebook that you want me to pull up related to this right now?
Well, I said I don't know if you want to put that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. There's some comments, right?
Yeah, not enough. And then this one I just put out.
Hold on. Which one?
Right here. This is just statistics I looked up. You could hit see more. You hit see more.
This here?
Right here.
Oh, see more. Here we go. Okay, we drag it over. Oh wow. Okay, so child sex trafficking: 4.5 to 5.5 million children are trafficked for sex worldwide. Girls make up approximately 75% of victims, but boys are widely underreported. In the U.S., 100,000 plus children are exploited each year. Wow. Average age 12 to 14.
Look at that, 85% online. Scary.
Well, that's the what they call that, the radicalizing, right? They're doing that. There's that radicalizes someone to do something, like in the case of the Charlie Kirk shooter, radicalized online through Discord. Like, stuff that probably you and I can't even relate to, right? Because we actually have time. We have to do other things in life other than live online and all the different virtual worlds.
But that's how they're getting them. That's the way to get to the kids today is through their iPads, through technology.
So has Valentina said anything at school, like you had mentioned, there's no discussion necessarily at school even for safety, nothing.
Crickets. They don't talk about it at all.
Cyber awareness.
Nope.
Being careful in your who's poking around in your profiles.
Nope. They'll talk about politics in school, I think. Some people, some teachers, but they won't talk about this. Wow. The teachers don't even want it. They probably don't know how to, which is scary if they're a parent. How do you not know how to tell them, to talk to them, to watch out for this, to have a voice if it does happen to you? Or if you see something happening, whether you're at your friend's house, whether it's your uncle, because that happens too, whether it's your neighbor. It's not just watch out when you go to Walmart. It could be anywhere. Yeah. I mean, something just happened a couple months ago in Birmingham.
With the child?
Sex trafficking, yeah. I mean, this is not going away. It's a multi-million, probably billion-dollar industry, and maybe that's why they don't want to talk about it. I mean, look at the Epstein files. Mm-hmm. I can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, I can't either.
Who's the director that just quit? Bongino?
The deputy director, yeah.
I don't know if it's because of that or it's just, why is this? Why can't we release the names? Why? I don't get it, And then we, as puppets, fight on social media or in person, argue about politics. Is it Trump or Kamala, the left, whose fault? As we're doing all this, all these things are happening. It's like we're puppets and we're getting played from both sides,
right?
Every day. I don't understand. This whole Epstein thing, release the files, and then they black it out.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people that I feel like, even when I was asking you earlier about the Coke and Pepsi thing, and your answer was great because it's oh wow, I could be a hard line, and this is a very trivial example, but I think it paints the picture. I could just take this hard line thing with no, Joe, you should be with Coke, and Diet Coke's the best, and it doesn't matter what you say. But then I'm the type that says, you know what, I'm going to reserve the right to hear his side with Pepsi and everything, and then you make this convincing case. So I'm kind of like that with the Epstein thing or anything where I'm man, this is so big, I don't even know how to form an opinion around it.
I know.
Because I feel like I'm only going to know so much.
We'll never know the truth.
There's going to be a ton of stuff that's never known, right? And it's just disappointing as we get older. Now that we're 50, right? We're both 50. To even think maybe I'm even questioning the moon landing now from 1969, and only say that because there's so many other things that I've been very disappointed where it's clear there was a government cover up, right? Or was government involvement.
And the government's involved in this. I'm going I'll go on and say it. You
and
know,
it's just
there's too many people not to be that they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah,
it should be the top priority. We're worried about wars. We're worried about all this other stuff, all these movements. When someone gets shot by a cop, was it prejudice? Was it racist? Then they do a march, and they do a protest. Why don't we have a protest for sex trafficking for these kids when it happens?
You know, and you're now bringing up a good point, because now it's one thing to be frustrated with the government and leadership, but now I'm frustrated with just the general public and how they react. You know, like yesterday, you know, triggered with Don Lemon busting into a church in Minnesota and just like interrupting their service because one of the pastors is an ICE agent. It's Sunday, you know, like, and it's like, okay, are you going to come after me because I tell you that I worked at the CIA for 20 years of my career? Like, am I all of a sudden a target?
Right.
Because you think whatever you think about the CIA, right? Or even maybe I do. Like, I have a right to a career and to provide for my family and to do things I thought were right at the time. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could get gunned down tomorrow.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and what's disappointing too is this notion of, hey, we should sit down and talk about it. Well, people are getting shot. That, you know, and Martin Luther King. Here we are. This is Martin Luther King Day. Things haven't really changed, have they? Somebody was peaceful and they've been
regressed.
Whether the government was involved or not. Now it's like citizens are now taking out other people because of what they think. So what is this, like, this fantasy that we have that we're actually going to sit down and have a discussion because everyone is so entrenched?
I don't think in our lifetime it's going to happen. I just don't.
Yeah.
And it obviously needs to start at the top. It has to.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will. And I think people hold grudges. You know, the people who hate Trump, the right, the left, they're so caught up in that. And then they're doing these protests and people are dying, and then they're going after these people that are trying to provide for their family. And it's just like, just out of my mind.
Yeah.
You know, out of my range of thinking of why you would even do that, or put yourself in a position to be hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but why even go there?
Yeah, and notice I'm not even like picking sides.
Right. No,
I'm just disappointed.
Agree.
Like for example, I'll give you like COVID. COVID is a good example. There's celebrities and stuff and others who would be like, well, if somebody made you take the vaccine, then you should have quit your job or do whatever. Like, I was running a $330 million program at the CIA. And an email went out from the top brass there saying, you have to take this or we'll fire you. Right? I've got 5 dependents.
Yeah.
My mother lived with us. I can't just, like, I had my whole career to that point was, you know, I make a good living, but like everything was tied to that customer, that agency, that community. I can't just like not take the shot and make it, you know, and then what?
What do you do with your family? Be on the street?
Yeah.
How are you going to provide for them?
It's so like for people to not have a tolerance and think like, hey, I hear what you're saying and I appreciate what you're saying. And maybe if you can do that, you can do that. But there's plenty of us that like, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Yep.
Because I have too many people depending on me.
Because if you don't do it, then who are they going to depend on?
Yeah.
And what's the effect of that?
And there's plenty of times where you have to do something that's beyond, you know, the non-selfish thing. I got to think about my wife. I got to think about my kids. I got to think about my mother, you know, and like, okay, so I took the shot and the next shot and then I've got people who are losing their minds, kind of like B-Rob being able to talk to your people. Mm-hmm. They're losing their minds during COVID. I'm the PM. And so I'm now the counselor and the therapist because everyone's losing their minds with what to do with their kids and stuff. Like that was a different level of involvement in my career.
I can't imagine.
Where you're just living like everyone else's like turmoil. And I'm just trying to stay sane. I was running two times a day. I'd run 4 miles. I run 8 miles a day.
Wow.
And it was just because I needed to
clear your head.
I just needed my own therapy.
Yeah.
I had no one to talk to because they were all talking to me, all their problems. You know?
Yeah. Everybody's going to you, but you had no one to go to. So, you know, your clarity.
I went to the pavement.
No, it's smart. I do that a lot too. You know? That's why I go to the gym twice a day. It's not just to work out, get stronger, but it's to clear my head, get that clarity, get the scrambled eggs out, get focused.
And like you said, like, I want to have faith in humanity, but at the end of the day, like I always give this example. if you're in the Middle East, a lot of them, I'm just going to say a lot of them are raised to hate the West, the Western Hemisphere. They hate us from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And then, hey, like a gun control thing. You got a kid in Iowa, Indiana, Texas that grows up, and they're 4 years old, and I have a grandson now. So I'd have a grandson and teach him whatever, and they want to teach him how to go hunting and use a gun. That's what they know from the time they're born. So then, yeah, they're going to be a little bit resistant at times if there's some sort of anti-gun thing, because the people that love them the most, that's what they taught them, and properly, whatever, right? So like, it's all about like you're saying, you're born with a heart. You're a God's child, but there's other people shaping you. And you might grow up and you might resist some of what you were taught, or you might just say, hey, I'm glad what I was taught. This is what I believe. But there's definitely, it's entrenched in your mind, a certain set of beliefs or whatever.
From the four walls, from the people you're around.
Based on the family you're right.
And the circle. Right. It's just like the circle that you hang out with a bunch of guy friends. It's like, if you're around people that are negative every day, you're going to end up being negative or feel like the victim. But if you hang out with people that are positive and, have no pride and can try to be better every day, you're going to kind of, gets contagious. Like when I'm with Brian at the gym, or this new guy that I work out with, he's also Special Forces. He was a Special Forces medic in the Air Force. And the energy that I get with them is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's a positive energy. It's no drama. It's poor me. You know what I mean? But everything you're saying is four walls of the family, and what rights do they have, and what can we do? We're going to start taking things away. But yeah, I have lost faith in humanity. Yeah. I hope I'm wrong on that. And hopefully, not just by coming out on Wednesday, but every time something doesn't go your way, all I see I don't even watch the news as much, is because you see protests, someone dying, and then it's so and so's fault, and then another riot, and then another protest. Yeah. I mean, it's just insane, and we're doing it, and the government's sitting back watching us. Let's throw them a little more bait. That's and people are so ignorant. They hate the left so much. They hate the right so much that they're so blinded to see any of this, and they don't even want to talk about it. Like somebody posted about like Trump being a pedophile. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even going that. Like Trump's hasn't been doing this for 100 years.
Yeah,
I don't even know if you know what I mean. But I'm like, where does that relate to this? Like, this is not about. I'm not bashing the left or the right. I'm just saying like nobody's talking about it on both sides.
Yeah, I just don't see what people's objective is. Like, yeah, you can at the polls you can make it known what you want, but what is the objective of these little fights that we pick all the time, and the like inflammatory stuff that we put out there?
They go.
And like
deep into it.
Are you expecting to change someone's mind? The reality is, the person who has a different belief is going to entrench themselves even more, right? So now we have, and it's weird because I don't necessarily know that anybody I work with, maybe, I feel like I'm at least around normal people a lot. Like I'm in traveling a lot. I was 150 nights in hotels last year.
Wow.
Right. So I'm traveling all the time and I'm doing stuff, and at work we'll talk about how like we just don't go there. Like we have a job to do. Mm-hmm. We have we have to be professional in what we do. Doesn't matter. Like I don't even go there as far as
politics,
poking at someone.
Right.
But then it's like everyone just goes home and they get into their laboratory or whatever. Yeah. Maybe they lose their minds. But I wouldn't even say that people I like associate. So I don't even know if I associate with this minority of people who just stir up the gossip and the nonsense. Because I have good friends. I know we're of different faiths. We're of different mindsets. I mean, we just don't go there because we love our friendship more.
But do you think they would deny this? I don't.
I hope not. No, I don't think.
I don't think this is a topic that we would have to fight about.
No,
I think this
shouldn't be.
It should not be a topic where we can say no, this is not happening. I don't even want to hear, well, it's not happening as much as you're posting. It's not as bad. It's still happening. If it's one kid, it's too many kids in my eyes. And I have the same feeling and agree with you with like politics and all that. And I won't get into like the election box, but I had people walk up to me and be like, "This is the best pizza ever, but we'll never be back." I'm like, okay. And then I had people come in and be like, "Hey, we drove 3 hours for the box."
Let me ask you this: have those people been back though? since they made that statement?
I have maybe one of them. I haven't really looked for them, but
they were there when you weren't around or something.
Yeah,
snuck in.
Yeah, and I mean, I had older ladies, like 78-year-old, like curse me out about it. I'm like, first of all, if you asked any of my staff if Joe talks about politics, they'll be like, the only thing Joe does is get on the bar and scream when the Yankees are losing in the World Series if they make it. and I asked them all about it, and they're like, no, we're fine. We've never heard you even voice about it.
Yeah,
you know, it was a different thing. And they all stand behind this even more. But, you know, I don't bring up certain things because I get it with the politics and religion, all that stuff. But it's just hard to comprehend how, whether you're out to dinner, you're anywhere, and you don't want to talk about this. Maybe I'm just crazy, and my heart is not, you know, it's just different, and I really, it's passionate to me. Not because I have a daughter, because I love kids.
Yeah.
You know, like, why wouldn't you say, you know, you start all these clubs in school, you start all these organizations, but like, how do we protect these kids? How do we educate them? You know, and okay, we go out to dinner, we don't have to talk about politics or wars. I get it. I agree. Or your religion. I respect all that. Yeah, and it's not a topic that is fun to talk about, but
yeah,
you know, that's how you start talking about it more, is talking about what you don't want to talk about. And that's how change starts. So if you never talk about it and your kids don't know about it, what happens if one of these kids disappears one day? And it happens to a family in Madison. You don't think it's going to be talked about then?
Yeah.
It will for a couple of days, but it doesn't get clicks. If it doesn't get clicks and it doesn't get views, then they're not going to talk about it as much. Then that's just the truth, and that's what really sucks. It really sucks because these kids are helpless. I mean, what you were telling me before we went on about kids getting sold from their parents.
Oh yeah, that's in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa. I mean,
in Zambia. Let's make it so it's not just all of Africa.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't get it. You know, I'm not smart enough to get it, and I hope there's someone out there listening that says, "Hey, we're going to team up. We're going to do this. We can do this." But it's a box and it's a message. It's not a marketing strategy. We didn't do it to get on Our Town podcast today. We didn't do it to get on 19 News. We did it to bring awareness. And it's funny because a lot of people said I had no clue January was Sex Trafficking Awareness Month. Nobody knew.
I didn't know that either.
See, I mean, that's crazy. We know when Martin Luther King's birthday is. We know when
President's Day,
Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Right? We know that. We know Juneteenth. We have a whole month for Pride Month. That's great. Why don't we have a whole month for this? And we do, but why isn't it on the news? Like other news stations, and I'm not saying that they weren't busy. They just said we were busy this week. Really? Now, if I had
what about next week?
Yeah. What if I had Trump on the box?
Yeah.
Or someone else that's,
they could
polarizing. They'd be like, hey, we're coming out, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it just gets. I'm very passionate about it. It really, really irritates me, and I just wish that more people would step up that are in positions to step up. You know, and they're not. People that have a voice in the city, they're not stepping up. How are they stepping up? Nobody talks. This is crickets, and you know, it's just like, how can we bring awareness to it? We're not going to sit here and debate about religion, who's right, who's wrong, or left or right. We're talking about children, innocent children, boys and girls. Like, doesn't that give you a gut check? Because it does to me.
It's like let's compare and contrast something, right? As a father, let's you want to have a chance to raise your child.
100%.
And yes, you know, my kids might make some decisions that are different than the decisions I'd like them to make.
That's going to happen to all of us, I think.
But I want them to be around to make those decisions and not the victim of something where I didn't
have no control.
I have no control because something happened to my child and we weren't vigilant enough as parents or as a community or whatever. And now I don't get to allow, to see my child grow up. I can't even imagine that.
No, it's like when your kid is sick. There's nothing you can do. You can give them medicine, but they're terminal sick. What can you do? You're helpless. And this is kind of the same thing.
So Wednesday, it's 4 to 9 at Valentina's. And I'm glad, as we played the new segment earlier, 100% of the proceeds
100%
are going to Destiny's Rescue out of Indiana.
And it costs $1,500 to save one kid.
How do they come up with that? Do you know?
I think rehabilitation, like after they get out, it costs them to
for the services.
Services.
They save the child.
Yeah,
and it's $1,500 to.
And I think it takes them like 3 to 5 years of counseling.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. If you come down Wednesday, I'll introduce you to the person, and they'll give you more facts. But $1,500 for one kid.
And so, Valentine's is stepping up because
it's the right thing.
There's a gap.
There's a huge gap. I mean, thank you to Pepsi Cola Decatur. Thank you to Landis McCarty, Nissan, and Mercedes. They stepped up as well. We're hoping that more companies in the next couple days step up as well, because $1,500 for one kid, we can save 10 kids, but that's not enough.
And you're putting in 3,000 of your own, Joe Carlucci.
Yep.
And then Valentina's is going to do 3,000 or more.
Well, we're going to do 100%.
Oh, you're going to do 100%.
That's right. Whatever we do in sales.
Gotcha.
Yeah, whatever we do in sales. So hopefully it's a busy night. It could be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I don't know yet. Knock on wood. But yeah, I mean, I'll give you a good clip. I mean, why don't we have a march for children? Why don't we march for the children? Because they're the future. Like, I mean, we're half century old. We're a century old together. How much longer do we got? And it's for your grandkids.
Yeah.
Right?
We're in the second half of our lives.
Second half.
Third quarter. Just started.
It started third quarter. That sounds bad. But yeah, we're going to, 4 to 8. And if it's packed, we're not closing.
4 to 9 or 4 to 8?
4 to 8.
Okay.
But, we'll stay if they're coming through the door. I do really hope that people get this message, and I hope they put their differences aside from the past pizza boxes, from anything that, we disagree with. Hopefully everybody can agree with this. I'm not nervous about the night. I'm just, I want to be proven wrong about humanity. And that would be the start for me, and people listening to your show, the news, and our social media. That would show me, like, hey, maybe it's not as bad, and maybe I have to put the metal down a little harder to get even more people. That would be my goal, and like to make it a bigger event next year.
Let me ask you this. How much thought went into the color of the box you would use?
It's blue. It's Blue Month. That's the color for awareness.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if,
No, it's the blue is the color of the month for sex trafficking. For
it's an interesting color, blue. I like that shade of blue.
Yeah, it is. And then, God's children are not for sale. So possibly in 2026, there could be another Valentina's.
Oh, I heard rumblings of this. I don't know where I heard it from. Really?
Maybe Dylan.
Maybe. And if he did tell me, then I was going to keep it to myself, right?
Yeah.
Not mention it to anybody.
But not pizza.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Gelato?
That will be down the road. We're actually going to put gelato on the food truck, but an Italian restaurant.
Really? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What location are you looking at? Is that too much?
I could tell you off the air.
Okay.
And I can text you in a week or two if it closes. That's how close it is.
Let me ask you, because I live off County Line Road, and more I'm surprised at the area's growing, Huntsville's growing, Madison's growing, yet we can't even support certain businesses. They're like it's like a ghost town on some of these storefronts.
Well, it's a ghost town is because the rent's insanely high.
That's why.
Yeah, like
I know
Publix on County Line is a company out of Atlanta, and it's absolutely, I think it's almost up to $35-40 a square foot. And on 72, I can't even imagine what it is, but that's a more popular traffic road. But yeah, the reason that those spots, I don't like the architectural of the Publix County Line, not actually Publix, but all the stores behind it.
Set back too far.
Yeah, the ones in the front are good. I mean, we're getting an Indian place, we have the Korean place, we have the beignet place, but it's the rent.
Okay,
it's the rent.
And or second, I would think by now more stuff like another grocery store would have been built better. I'm going to ask the mayor of these questions when I have her on, but it still seems to me like too many public storage, too many car washes, not enough of where's the next grocery store? Where's the next?
Morrisville Road, Publix.
What's that?
Publix is building on Morrisville Road on the corner.
Oh, they are?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that way?
They'll be open in September.
Yeah, because all the growth is out there off Browns Ferry.
Yeah, but you're right. There's car wash, storage unit.
Yeah.
I
don't get it. So then when it comes to the market research that you're doing, whoever you're working with on, hey, is an Italian restaurant a good idea? or whatever it is, you know, actually I'll take that out if you want me to take it out.
No,
is another restaurant, if it's not pizza, a good idea?
If it's done right and authenticity.
Yeah. Because I got to tell you, man, you hit an absolute home run on your current store. And I can't even believe you made enough money to get out of the other store when you think about how small it was.
That's not me. That was God.
That was like a broom closet, right? Yep.
And everybody walked in and said, "You're not going to make it." And I just kept my head down and mouth shut. I should do that more often.
I mean, if I wish I could eat there every day at Valentina's, because I just love pizza and.
Oh, you're going to love the next one. Okay. I guarantee you that it's not going to. I'll tell you more off air because I don't want to give it too away until the ink is signed. My goal is down the road to open more restaurants is to have my staff be able to invest where I can put up the money and they could be a percentage of an owner and make a career out of it. That's my goal, is not get super big, but anybody that wants to make a career and they can be, you know, a partner, an investor where they have a voice.
All right, well, let me ask you this. I want you to pretend like I'm one of your buddies, and I'm just going to make fun of Italians. And like, I don't know if I'm Tony or some other Ralphie or whatever, right?
Okay.
But we've talked about this before. Is there anybody saying that you've talked to, don't do it, Joe? It's not the right time. You know, why are you thinking about doing this?
Not my friends.
Okay.
Not my friends.
Your advisors or anyone?
No, my advisors are actually saying it's the smartest idea. Absolutely do it. Okay. Just because of the circumstances and how it's going to work.
Yeah.
You know, the risk to reward. They're saying do it. I would just say more people, I don't want to use the word like jealous, but not haters, but like people that are just negative, that don't want to see you succeed because they're too scared to go out and take a chance, take a risk. Or they say, well, why are you doing it if you don't have enough help here? Or why are you doing it because of this? When I have 45 people, like you said you have 5 people that depend on you. I have 45 people in my staff that depend on me.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to depend on me. I want them to succeed past me. And that's going on their own, doing the restaurant thing or something else, or staying with me and helping me grow bigger. So, you know, I have a circle of people that are smarter than me, and I have financial advisors. I have Brian as a life coach. And every time I brought this up, it was a no-brainer. This was like dumbfounded. Like, if you don't do it, you're an idiot. And then talking through my friends with it. My family, not so much. They're just like, okay, like, you know, are you going? I mean, it's been 2 years at this location. Cameron is amazing and almost has this place like on automatic. I mean, that's to her. RJ is my director of operations and my bar manager. So between the two of them and other people, shift leaders start stepping up. I'm just in the way now. I mean, and let me tell you something. When you treat people right and show them you care about them, they will take bullets for you.
Sure.
And they care about your product just as much, if not more than you at certain days when I'm burnt out. And that's why the product is always top notch. It's not me, it's my employees caring that much. But I had some people like, oh, that's not a good location, is this, to that. I'm like, okay, like, no problem. But I don't ask certain people because I know already what they're gonna say. I know the right people to ask, and they'll be like, well, let's put it down on paper, let's see the pros and cons. What's the financial risk? You know, location and so forth. Because if you think about it, look where Valentina's is. That's not a location. That's a destination.
Yeah.
Yes, it took us 5 years to make the name, but we did it, and we're still doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. You know, we have a food truck. We are getting a gelato cart to add to our food truck to do weddings, events, and stuff like that. So we're going to slowly bring in gelato, and then we're looking to build a commissary where we make our own gelato from scratch.
Are you happy with the food truck and the business it's doing?
Before the shutdown, it was great. It's great, and then we are really packed up this winter. We've been to Lockheed, Northrop Drummond, and then we're in the Army base a day a week. So we're out there about 3 to 4 days a week, and then we're booking weddings now for the summer. And then you got like the Strawberry Festival in Coleman, hopefully Rock the South. So it's starting to pick up steam where I want to get it to 4 or 5 days, and it has its own staff. Right now, I'm the only one that can drive it. So I drive it. Like tomorrow, I'll drive to Northrop Drummond, but I need to build that. But it's hard. It's hard to find, you know, people that care about something and want to do it. But I mean, I love it, and my staff gives me the energy, and my daughter. So we're just going to keep growing.
I've got a son that'll be home in September from his 2-year mission.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
He'll come work for you. He's like, hey, Dad, I need a job. I was like, well, I'm going to give you some time to think about it. But maybe he, he can work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're 2 for 2 with the 2 you gave me.
There you go.
You know?
Oh, man, I love my grandson, man. It's so fun.
Is it? How old is he now?
He's 19 months. And
Oh,
he
wow.
never sits still, ever. He must sit still at home for Carrington and Brandon, but not for us, which is fine.
Yeah.
But we have him over. We had him over last night. We have him over at least once a month overnight. Give them a break, and every now and then, I'll have a lighter day at work or something, and I'll just say, hey, I'll take him for a few hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he wears me out. I wear him out.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's awesome. Man.
I got years before that I ever think about that. So
well, thanks for coming in, man.
No, thanks for having me, and I appreciate you putting this out there for us.
Yeah, I'll we'll put some good clips out there.
Okay.
Any final thoughts or shout outs?
Just again, shout out to Pepsi Cola Decatur, really, and Landers News on McCarty and Mercedes, and to every customer or everybody listening that comes out. Shout out to you for stepping up and just buying a pizza that night. Yeah. And if there's anybody listening that knows more about this stuff than me, you can get in touch with Troy. You can get in touch with me. You can just go to Valentina's directly, and let's try to conquer this together.
I was a little disappointed. I think you owe me an apology. I looked at that book. I never saw my name or the Our Town podcast in it.
It wasn't. Well, that's for book 2. That's coming out next year.
Hey, I heard you're changing the Our Town a little bit, right? The ingredients on it?
No, ingredients is the same. Yeah. It's just not in one.
Okay.
So they still go out to the stewed peppadews and still had honey. It's just not blended up.
Okay.
That's the only difference. But
we always order that one.
We won't mess it up.
No, you're good. You can do whatever you want, man. You're the pizza maker. We always order an Our Town, and I like the Haley or the Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
I'll order 3 or 4 pizzas, man, just because I want to keep helping Valentina's.
No, we appreciate it.
And the server, I always asked for a little thing of. She was funny. I don't want to call her out, but I was like, hey, can I get some of the jam? She's like, oh, I mean the apricot stuff. Like, yeah, whatever, I'm like, and then it doesn't matter. It could be grape jelly. I don't care. I just want something to dip in. She comes back. She's like, I'm so sorry. It's fig jam. I just want to make sure that and I'm like, that's fine.
I just want the jam.
I just want the jam. But yes, you're right. It is fig jam. But yeah,
we were doing a special pizza for the week, so that's why we had the fig jam.
Yeah. Anyway,
try to change it up.
I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you.
Pushing the envelope and doing good work.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. Take care.